Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what you need to do to get started with your molds. I'm going to give you an explanation on how to zero your bit to your workpiece, or in your case it's going to be your spoil board. And I'm basically going to start from machine home. Sean's got those things up here right now, those guides, just get rid of those. So here I've homed the machine. We can do it again. It's going to hit all of its limits. Boom. Alright, so my machine's homed. So now we've got to set up our workpiece. In your case, it'll be the spoil board. This is all the same as yours. This all has the same stuff yours has. Probably very familiar since Masso, and I think you see CNC are very similar, Mach 3, all those guys. So what we'll do is we're zeroed out. In your case, probably doesn't matter. You won't need to really worry about machine homing as much as you'll need to make sure your bit is zeroed to your workpiece or your spoil board. Now, I'm just using the jog buttons. Yours are touchscreen, mine are buttons. So for one, let's turn down this jog speed. And here's how this calibration will start. Basically, you're going to want to find this surface and this surface, and then obviously your Z. And then what we want to do is be dead lined up with the center of this bit with the center of this corner of this piece of wood. Now, how we'll do that is we will jog our machine down, and we'll start off with the Y. So what we'll do is we'll come out in front. Now at this point you want to reduce your jog speed, because we don't want to break any bits. And this takes two hands, so what you'll do, or what I like to do, is just spin the bit while moving, jogging the machine until my bit contacts the material. Oh, a little much right there, just barely contacts it. Alright, so we were touching it. So now what we'll do is we'll go down and we will zero out our Y. Now, we will find the X. The same thing, two hands, just jog it over until I contact the material, just barely. All right, there, just barely rubbing against it. All right, so now we will zero out our X, and obviously Z is pretty easy. Oh shit, that's not Z. Alright, come down. Alright, we're just barely touching. And we will zero out our Z. Now, we can hit go to zero. Now, the first thing you'll notice is we're not on the center of this corner. We're actually aligned perfectly with the X surface, and our bit is perfectly aligned with the Y surface. Now, to get our bit centered, we've got to do a little bit of math. What we've got to do is, the bit is a 1/4 inch bit, so in your case 0.125 is half. I use metric, so I'm 6.35. I don't know what half is, but I think it's like 3.75. So what we've got to do is subtract our bit width from our corners. So in the machine, since this is now our 0, we'll technically be adding half of it to X and half of it to Y to get where we need to be. Then we'll re-zero that and we should be dead centered. So let's come over here. There you go, you can see my machine. And what we'll do is I have a box here where I'll just come up and manually enter X, half the bit width, 3.75, enter, see the machine moved. Do the same thing with Y, 3.75, enter. Alright, before we zero those, make sure we're centered. Look at that. We're right in the middle of our bit. Perfect. So we are dead ass lined up with the corner of this workpiece. In your case, the spoil board. So now we'll come back over here. We will re-zero those. Boom. Boom. Now, all of our zeros are equivalent with the absolute corner of this workpiece. So anything we reference on this workpiece, in your case, you'll have a mold bolted down up here. You'll start this, you'll drill your holes for your pins, then you'll put your workpiece up here, and then it'll be fixed in the dowels, and then as long as you didn't turn your machine off, you should still have your zero. But in the event that your machine turns off or power goes out or whatever, you'll basically just repeat what we just did. Subtract, find your sides, subtract half your bit, zero it all out, and then you can go back to cutting based off of your spoil board or whatever you decide to zero out. But anyways, that should work. I use this pretty much in any scenario where I just slap something up here and bolt it down, find the corner. When I draw it, I reference the corner of a piece of wood anyways. All your files, I believe on the molds, reference your spoil board just like this. So if anything happens in between cuts, a bit breaks, the piece gets ruined, power goes out, what have you, stuff burns up, you should be able to come back, redo this process, and start back out where you're at. Good to go.